Good morning, everyone. Happy Sabbath. All right, I've got a first question for you. Who here has seen Star Wars? All right, boys. Part of it? All right, boys, have you seen Return of the Jedi? Yes? Okay. When I was 5 years old, Return of the Jedi had just come out in like 1983. And I was a young man, a very young man. And my mom brought home a new dog. And it was a dog I'd never seen before. It was really, really hairy, had really long hair, but it was a mix. It had this really cute face. But I didn't know what my mom told me it then, and I didn't know because I was little, because I'd never seen a dog like that, but it was a Chinese chow. It was called a chow chow. And chow chows are Chinese hunting dogs, and they're really, really, really furry. So it reminded me of the Ewoks from Return of the Jedi, but just on all fours. So my mom let me name the dog, and one of the popular Ewoks from Star Wars was Wicket, but she was a girl, so I named her Wicket, which is just a made-up word that I created because I was 5, and that's what you do when you're 5. But she was a wonderful dog, and the first thing I noticed about her, she never barked. She could bark, but she never would. And we lived up in prairie, and we had some land behind us, and you'd think animals everywhere. This dog would bark a lot. There's a lot of other animals. There's raccoons, there's possums and stuff like that, but she never barked. And she was really, really sweet. Well, one day, when we moved into our new house, my mom was out in the yard. She was gardening, and I was playing basketball. So I need 2 volunteers. Who wants to help me out? Anybody? Raise your hand. Don't all raise your hand at once. I'll just pick you if you don't help out. All right, Grayson. Tegan, all right, come here. All right. Grayson, stand over there. Tegan, come stand over here. And I'll be my dog here, okay? So my mom was working in the yard. Tegan, you're my mom. Grayson, you're me playing basketball. And she was laying in between us, and I was watching her. And my mom would move to a different part of the yard, so step that way. And the dog would slowly move to the middle, just a little bit. Then my mom would move farther away. She would move farther away. And then I would see she would move just to the middle. And she would stay equal distance from her. She wouldn't run away. She just laid. She would get up and lay down as my mom worked throughout the yard. And I watched her all day. All right, go ahead, boys. Go sit down. Go ahead. You can sit down, team. Anybody have an idea why she would stay right in the middle of us? What do you think, Grayson? Because she really liked us? I think that's part of it, too. What she was doing is, what I figured out is she was being very protective of us. She was a protective dog, and she would stay in between us. In case something would happen, she could be equal distance away from each of us at the same time. And as we moved, she would stay equal distance because she was protecting us. And she sat a little bit closer to the street than we were. So I started thinking about all the things my dog did, this quiet dog. Remember when I would go to sleep, I would wake up in the morning and the dog would be in my bedroom. I remember how she got there, because she would go up after I went to sleep. She was checking on me. I remember walking on the beach where there's tons of people around, and she wouldn't run away. We didn't have the leash on, but she would stay right on my front leg, right next to me. And other people could come up and pet her, but she wouldn't leave there. She was super protective of me. And it made me started thinking about the other day. I was thinking about my dog because I miss her. And I was thinking about while those things were happening, I didn't think about it. I kind of took it for granted how awesome it was to have a dog that was that protective of me because she was quiet, and she did it quietly. And it made me start thinking about God and how God is protective of us and how God does it quietly. And sometimes we're not always thinking about how God is being protective and watching over us. So even though we don't see it and we don't realize it in the moment, it's always good to remember that God is watching over us and protecting us. Thank you for your time, kids. Happy Sabbath. Have a good day.